not only did that, he got involved, but then he stepped to the plate. He started coming to Second Saturday. He started availing himself of the other information with the other candidates that we had running on our ticket, and decided that, lo and behold, what was going on with the voters in Kansas was just wrong. And he was in a position to say, and step up early, and one of my big pet peeves is about some of the ways we do things as Democrats in Kansas, is that we'll wait until too late to identify our candidates, and then you're scrambling. I love it that he's put his name on the ballot now, and he's ready to go. And some Democrats may or may not be for gun control, but the kind of guns we're talking about are going to be fully loaded. And it's not the kind you put bullets in. It's the kind we're going to equip ourselves with ammunition and knowledge and go forward. And we've got this kind of candidates are what we need to go forward. So Randy, thank you for being our speaker tonight.
Thank you for
taking the party banner.
Okay, well thank you. What Mary said before was that I haven't been in politics. I've been political, but I haven't been in politics for many, many years. Except, to give you a little background of me, I was born in Independence, Missouri. Okay, and I grew up in Independence. And so, when I was a kid, I thought every small town had their own president. Because we'd see Harry at the post office. We'd see Harry walking down the street. And I remember as a kid, my friends would say, yeah, we went up to the Secret Service agent and tried to make him show us his gun. And it's crazy when I think back about how times have changed. Because when I was a kid and Harry was walking down the street, he had an old man walking next to him, which is probably my age. But when you're 7 years old, you think that he looked as old as Harry did. And maybe he had a gun, maybe he didn't, but that was his entire security. And now you see when the president or even the ex-president comes to town, there's 30 or 40 Secret Service men with him at all times. So I mean, everything is changed. And that's kind of my background. I grew up in Independence. My roots though are in Kansas. I went to the University of Kansas. I think I have the Rolstons themselves are my father was the first, or I'm the first Rolston not to be born on a Kansas farm in 5 generations. So it's in my background. I've worked on, in the summertime I go down and work on my grandparents' farm, and so I know what hard work is, and I kind of know what Kansas values are. And what got me into this race, she said I had worked with Kyle and got involved with the Democratic Party. I've always been a lifelong Democrat. But one night I was coming back from Lawrence with my 16-year-old daughter. We were up there it was on a Sunday evening. And I tuned in to the radio station. It was KCMO. I was trying to find the sports talk, and I didn't want to listen about NU football. So I ended up on the 710, and it was Chris Kopak. And I thought, first of all, how can a guy have his own radio show who has who's actually, in a political party, and spewing all this right-wing, radical, anti-immigration. That's what the 2 hours were. And I couldn't, first of all, I couldn't believe that he was on the radio, and it wasn't a normal political talk show. It was his opinion. 2 hours of his opinion. And I thought, I can't take this. This is just driving me crazy. So I listened to this, and then I started getting hooked on it. I listened to it. It's kind of like, Rush Limbaugh says half of his listeners are liberals, and which I almost believe it because with Limbaugh, it's almost entertainment. But with this, it was just boiling my blood to listen to this. And I thought, I'm going to do something. I have the ability. I have the background. Diane has known me for, how long have you known me for? 12 years? Back in 1989. Yeah, we both started our business at the same time. They are. They're our internet company, and her husband and I have worked together for 13 years here. So, but you know, we never talked politics, did we? I didn't even know that. And this is what the funny thing is: you have all these Democrats that you work with every day, and you go to church with, and socialize with. And you never even know that they're Democrats. Did you know I was a Democrat? You assume that was their original.
I was shocked.
This is what Beverly was getting at here. We need to reach out to our neighbors and connect with them and bring them into the fold to get them energized. Because a crazy radio show energized me to put my money on the line, and put my time and my effort, and go after something. Yes, most people, when I tell them I'm running for Secretary of State, the first thing they say is, "Are you crazy? You're going to try to run against Chris Kobach?" I mean, it's sort of like, maybe I am crazy. But guess what? Guess what? It's what's inside, and that's what we need to do. And just like Harry Truman, my hometown president, he always did what was right. And I think that's what we should do is, not that, well, no one, Democrats can't win. You know, how many times have we heard that? Democrats can't win in Kansas. I mean, this is kind of a repetitive thing, and the Republicans are phoning this. Well, Democrats can win in Kansas. And I know I talked to Lee on Wednesday, and I said, Lee, Lee Frost, I said, Lee, you've done something that 80% of presidents haven't done. They won their first election. Okay? This is really rare for anybody to win their first election. But with Lee, with the help of a lot of you here, has done it. And that should be our building blocks here. So we had several winners, and close. Yeah, almost. So we did have, we had 2 mayors elected here, so we do have the footprint. We have the footprint. And guess what? Most of my friends are the R word, okay? Yeah, okay, I can say it. They're Republicans. Because, and they are just as disgusted and upset with what's going on at the people as we are. And some of them are more. Because they see this as the Brownback has come in from Washington and took over the Republican Party. And they're upset. They think that this right-wing agenda is not the Republicans of Nancy Castleman. It is a completely different, and they are just as upset. So we have a footing to go on here. We just need to expand on it and move out. And I got one thing that's on my website, and this is also what kind of encouraged me. This is, I'm just going to read a quote here, and it's, "The vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down the injustice and destroying the terrible walls which imprison men because they are different from other men." This was from Lyndon Johnson after he signed the Voting Rights Act in 1964. This is amazingly, too, what I just learned today. I looked this up again. He also gave the same presentation on the last public appearance that he ever had after he died. And so this was like the last thing that he said before he died. And I have actually, this is tied back into the independence here, I saw him after that. After his last public appearance, his last public appearance was not at the Lyndon Johnson Library, it was Harry Truman's funeral. And we were standing in line, and he walked by, and that man had to be with us. I was 16 years old, and he looked like he was 7 feet tall. And that's why I couldn't believe that within 20 days he was dead. But this is what we have to do. We have to take this. To those words, and that's what I feel empowered with this, that my job as Secretary of State will be to bring the honesty and compassion back to the state, and that everybody's vote counts, and everybody who is wants to vote can register without problems, without barriers, and we're going to take this state back.